Are more storms on the way? What can we expect as the holiday closes in? Let's check in with meteorologist Garrett James. He's joining us from St. George. Garrett, can we expect more snow as we get closer to Christmas?
Yeah, that's exactly right. We are going to be anticipating more snow, Brian, and the good news is it does look like there could be some accumulations in the upper elevations, especially in northern Utah, so y'all might get to see it a little bit more than I will here in St. George. But we're tracking two storm systems. First storm system is going to drop to the south, but while that first one drops to the south, we're going to be tracking a second one moving in from the north, and both of which are going to provide moisture to the Beehive State. And as that happens, we'll be looking at some snow and some rain and even a little bit of a mix in between for some. But high pressure, it's just right around the corner. By the time we get to Sunday afternoon, we'll be looking at high pressure trying to build back in, especially as we get to Christmas Day itself and beyond there. So right now, we're not looking at bad conditions outside. We're actually looking at some pretty nice mild conditions all across the entire state of Utah, but that is expected to change. Futurecast shows that we will be looking at cloud cover increasing later on tonight, and we might even be looking at the ever so slight chance of a little bit of precip around central and southern Utah, right around I-15, stretching all the way from Beaver County to Garfield County. But that is just going to be hit and miss. But by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, we can really start to see the remnants of that low pressure system that's just to the south, providing that moisture. And by the time we get to this time tomorrow, take a look. St. George now showing a little bit of rain, maybe falling all the way into the valley and not evaporating this time. And then we can even see some for San Juan County and Garfield County. But the center of that low pressure system is going to be just to our south, but it will eventually work its way to the north, and as it does so, it will provide a little bit more moisture. But notice how that precipitation, instead of moving to the northeast now, it's actually going to start pushing a little bit further to the south. That's because that cold front right there, that cold front is going to start pushing it out of the way and eventually out of the area by the time we get to Sunday afternoon. So what are travel impacts looking like? We're looking at some moderate impacts for central and southeastern Utah tomorrow, but by the time we get to Saturday, we're going to be looking at high travel impacts around the Four Corners region, and that does include Moab and Blanding. Speaking of there, temperatures in the 40s right now, 44 in Provo, 44 in Salt Lake City, 49 in Ogden, 47 Logan, 46 in Ely, 40 in Elko, 63 in St. George. But lows tonight, and one thing I do want to mention is Elko, Ely. Models were trying to suggest maybe a little bit of patchy fog being possible overnight tonight, and the combination of that and temperatures below freezing could lead to areas of freezing fog being possible, and that could lead to a glazing of ice on metal surfaces. So be careful out there tonight. But take a look at lows tonight. We can see 19 Evanston, 22 in Vernal, 30 Moab, 32 Blanding, 42 for St. George. But tomorrow's highs mainly going to be in the 40s. However, we'll see a few 50s mixed in there, with St. George leading the way at 60. For the Wasatch Front, tomorrow's high 50, then 40. Saturday 35. Sunday we can see those precip chances ending by Christmas Day on Monday, with temperatures